a lot about increasing your vibration. That's how you're going to manifest everything. And you may be in a situation where you're not manifesting anything, or you feel like you're just not getting ahead. And to increase your vibration it is really important, because we already know that when we're in lower vibrational states, which means that we have feelings of all of the self-sabotaging feelings, like the self-doubt, don't feel worthy, not good enough, maybe feel really sad within ourselves. It could possibly be before you even go to bed, you start questioning what on earth are you doing with your life. Every time when you move forward, you keep moving back. And then maybe you may fall asleep and have a little bit of peace. So everything really stops when you're sleeping. And then, of course, in the morning when you wake up, it's paramount that the first conversation that you have with yourself is really a positive one. And right there in that moment, for some people, it's extremely difficult to even have a positive thought to yourself. Because what happens is when you're in that self-sabotaging space, you've gained momentum in that space. So, which means that you're focusing on exactly what it is that you don't really want in your life. And so the vibration, there's a lot of people that talk about the vibration. And to put it really, really simply, is that, and it's something that I've been working with in clinical practice with frequency. I use bioresonance therapy, and that's part of my healing that I actually do. And I would have patients that come in to see me, and the number one intention that I had when they left was to increase their vibration. So what does that actually mean? How does it actually work within your body? Well, in our body, we have cells. And each cell will communicate through electromagnetic radiation. And that is why when we have high levels of radiation, all the EMFs, which are around the 3G, 4G, 5G towers, you've got, laptop, computer frequencies, all of these will come into your body. And if they're going in strong enough and hard enough, and the amplification is pretty strong coming in, well, then what will happen is your cells can't communicate with each other. And so there is a huge reflection of when you are feeling those self-sabotaging thoughts, like not feeling good about yourself, just having that sadness, like that you just can't get your life together, or you can't quite manifest what it is. Although you've been to lots of personal development programs and courses, and you've read a bucket load of books, and you're still not quite where you want to be. Well, what happens is when you have these feelings, and I can put them all into the basket of self-sabotaging because that's what it is, they are at a lower vibration. So when you're feeling sad, you have the self-doubt, you're having the negativity running through your mind. And I need to tell you, I would say 90% of the population have that. So if you're feeling like you're a bit sad here and there, and you self-doubt yourself, and you don't feel worthy, and you have, those negative thoughts, that's actually really, really common. It's quite common. There's many people on planet Earth that are doing that, especially now. It's been, a pretty hard 2.5 years for, I would say, the majority of the population. So what happens is when you're having these self-sabotaging thoughts and the self-doubt and the sadness, then what happens is your whole body will drop into what we call as a lower vibration. And when you're in this lower vibration, it's very hard for you to attract what it is that you're actually wanting in your life. And you tend to focus on what you don't have. And that's what happens. And so when you're in all of those lower vibration feelings, all of your cells will actually feel down as well. And then what happens is when you're having like stressful thoughts, self-doubt and don't feel worthy, your body is actually producing damaging hormones which will run rampant through your whole body. And it will start attacking all of your organs and all of your systems within your body. And when that actually happens, it's like this domino effect of you're not feeling good, things are not working out, maybe you're moving towards what it is that you're wanting and then you get yanked back again. It could possibly be that you're stuck and you don't know where you're going. It could be that you're constantly moving forward, but then you get triggers and you get pulled back. So, and there's many underlying beliefs, if I unpacked, and sat down with you and worked out, well, okay, how come you're not manifesting? I can see that you're working, towards it, but then you keep getting pulled back. It's probably one of these, like you're feeling like you're unworthy, you're not good enough. Maybe you feel like you don't have the capability, maybe not the capacity to do it. Maybe you feel like you're insignificant. Maybe you feel like you don't have anything to give other people. Maybe you don't feel like what you have is of value. And so that's what happens when you're actually moving towards that goal. You get pulled back all the time. Now, when that happens, you go into this lower vibrational state. Now, when you're in that lower vibrational state, nothing much can actually happen in that lower vibrational state. So when you are there, decisions shouldn't be made from that state. If you are there and you feel angry, then you don't make any decisions at a particular point either about what you're actually doing, unless you can get yourself in that higher vibrational state slowly over a period of time. And it depends on how quickly you know how to do that. Because when I first work with people, it may take them like a week to actually get from a trigger that's really triggered them in that lower vibrational state to moving forward and not forgetting what's actually happened, but just being able to have the skills to say, okay, well, this is how I felt. This is maybe you might know the reason why, you might not. It's really not that important, but it's really you go with the feeling of the trigger. And then what happens is, yes, you can do the recode. In the guide section, you can just pop on the guide section, and there's 3 modules about the book that I've written, how to stop sabotaging yourself in 7 days. You can read that, but at the bottom of that, there's actually a really good webinar that I put on, and at the end, if you listen to the whole thing, you can actually recode, which means that you can, you'll have the ability to shift some of those negative feelings, those lower vibrational thoughts. And you want to really do that as soon as possible, because when you're in that lower vibrational state, it's very, very hard to get from where you are now to where you want to be. It's just not going to happen. So there's a lot of research on all this vibrational stuff. There really is. There's just so much of it. So basically, I just wanted to come on today and talk a little bit more about what's actually happening at a cellular level. Now, for those that are still here and listening, I'm going to offer you something complimentary, something free. How about that? I'm always offering stuff because I believe that a lot of this work is really, really important. And I know there's a lot of people struggling out there, and if I can make your world a little bit of a happier place, then I'm all in for that. So generally what happens with my students, and I've been recently doing this, I've been giving them like a vibrational frequency scan. And what it entails is that I need a few things from you, like your at least a 12-second voice message. And I do need some particulars from you, like your height and your weight and your birth date, and also a updated selfie. And then from there, what I do is I use technology backed from Russia and Germany, and I can actually then do a full body scan. So I check all of your chakras, I check all your meridians. For those who don't know with what chakras are. That's Ayurvedic medicine. And chakras, we have a couple of hundred of chakras, but you may have heard chakras of like the crown chakra, the throat chakra, the heart chakra. And when they're actually blocked, that will also assist you in your self-sabotaging behavior if your chakras are blocked. And that's your Ayurvedic Indian medicine that's been going on for quite some time. So these chakras will spin around the body, and sometimes in the recode, when I clear the chakras, my right arm will go to, and it's really just shifting all the chakras, and it's very important to get them unblocked. Also, I check your meridian status. Now, meridians are from the Chinese medicine, and meridians run all the way through your body. And of course, again, when there's a lot of healing, like if you've ever been to a Reiki healer, or maybe you've done the Kahuna massage, a lot of it is to do with the energy, moving energy through the body. Because every single emotion, every single experience which has been traumatic for you is going to be downloaded in your body, and it will be stored. And this is why a lot of people talk about, well, you know, if you've got an illness, it's actually attached to some sort of emotional upheaval or trauma in your life. And so wherever the pain is, it's another block. It's another part of you unknowingly sabotaging yourself. So I have a look at, the chakras, the meridians, and I also do a full body scan of your organs and also your systems. So I give you like a number of, yes, it's balanced or maybe it's chronic, and also the nutritional, and also at a certain point, allergies within your body. And so that's what I also do. So I'm going to actually offer this to the first 5 people that are listening to me right now, and or if they're going to be watching the recording. And you're welcome just to text me and say, hey, I'd like the full body scan. So I'm going to be checking your frequency. Now also with the frequency, I'm also going to give you some music to help you unblock your chakras and also your meridians and get things moving at a cellular level. Because you remember, everything is connected. And I spent over a decade in clinical practice knowing that I would have like 2 people exactly the same, right? Maybe different diet, but the same disease state. And it was to do with their mindset, how they felt, and their vibration overall. So in a way, diet is really important. You want to, stay with the high vibrational foods, of course, absolutely, and stay clear of the, the wheat, the dairy, the sugar, the alcohol, cigarette smoking. All of that is detrimental to your, on a cellular level, because remember, we're still here in our physical body, and we only have one vehicle for all our life. So we need to, I guess, treat it the best way that we can. So yes, there's nutritional things that you can do, absolutely, but it's the actual frequency, and it starts in the mind. And when I say it starts in the mind, it's how you're thinking on a daily basis. What messages are you giving yourself on a daily basis? And it takes practice to actually get into the right structure, the creative structure. It takes practice and awareness to understand, well, what am I really thinking? Why am I holding myself back? How come I keep sabotaging myself? This is just ridiculous. And you look at yourself and you go, I'm highly skilled. I have so much really to offer the world. How come I can't get from where I am right now to where I want to go? Because I look at everyone else out there and I think, well, they can do it. How come I can't do it? And it becomes this frustration, and then it turns into this anger, and then you become resentful, and then there's all this things that sort of happen in this great big bubble that you're in. And so I guess it's time really to understand that you can be in control of it. But there's a few, I guess there's a few aspects of this, to actually work on. I don't believe that you can just work on your mindset and everything will be good. I don't believe that you can just work on your body, right, and everything be good. I don't believe that you can just have a business coach that's going to help you in your business only and everything is going to work out. It isn't, because as human beings, we need to look at ourselves holistically. For a start, we're made up of frequencies. We're energy. We already know we're energy, but it's extremely difficult to understand that we're actually made of frequency, because we look at ourselves and we can feel ourselves and we think, yeah, we're solid, like we feel solid. And you see, that's the old Newtonian point of view. And that's how our mainstream medicine treats us, like we're actually just a vehicle. But we're far greater than just a vehicle, right? We just are. We're made up of all different frequencies. In fact, the scan that I do, it's a ridiculous amount. It's like 2,000 different frequencies on all the different things that I test, with your body. So I'm offering 5 people that. So if you're on and you're listening to me and you think, yeah, I'm going to get a body scan. It's free, it's complimentary. The first 5 people, that's it. That's all I can do, because it takes a little bit to go through it. I'm going to be sending you the email. You've got to verify the email first. And then after that, then I send you you can actually have a look. I send you the inner voice, which is, I'm going to be giving you specific frequencies for you to listen to, because we are made up of frequencies. So when we're listening to particular music, and we know that by history, like when we listen to Mozart or Beethoven, it was actually a particular hertz. And in my program, which I have Abundant Mind Mastery, which you can join at any time, in there I've got different meditations with the hertz, the frequency hertz, to actually lift your vibration up. Because you see, once you start lifting your vibration, you're going to feel happier. You're just going to feel happier. You're going to feel more at peace. You're going to be more, I don't like throwing this word around a lot, but it's that sovereign word. And when you look it up, it's just you having total authority over what you're thinking and how you're feeling. And so if we can sort of just understand and just be open to it, that we are frequency beings, and that we can heal ourselves on frequency, as well as our words that we say to each other in our minds, all our consciousness, because we have our superconscious, we have our our consciousness, we have our subconscious, we have our unconscious. There's all these different consciousnesses, and unless we understand and we blend it all together, it's going to be extremely difficult for anyone to manifest anything, truly. So the frequency is really important to get yourself to that better feeling place as quickly as you can, and have the skills to be able to do that. But if I can help you in the beginning part of working out, okay, well, let's have a look at your chakras, let's have a look at your meridians, let's have a look at your overall frequency of how you're actually going. So I can scan that, which is amazing, just by your voice. So I need 12 seconds of your voice sent to me. I need an updated selfie without filters. That would be really good. And then what I do is just it's frequency recognition. And this has been going on since the 1980s. And in my clinical practice, I still use bioresonance therapy, testing the frequency against the body, what's actually in the body, how the organs are, how the systems are, how everything is working together. It's how I help support people's bodies when they come to actually see me. But as I said before, it's not just the body, it's just not the mind. You can't just put them into boxes. Everything is all holistic. Everything all works together. We need to work on, yes, all our physical stuff, like what we're eating, what we're drinking. That is all really, really important. And then we need to also work on, okay, what's our mindset? What are we actually thinking? What are we telling ourselves on a daily basis? Why on earth are we sabotaging ourselves when we're just like, really, you are absolutely awesome. You're a powerful human being and you are sovereign. It's just sometimes we just lose our way by different frequency interferences coming in. And that's all it is. And so once we're aware of that, we can actually then move forward. And you've probably heard of the path of least resistance. And that's what it is. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get triggered. It doesn't mean that, you're right in the middle of a sandstorm or a desert storm or a tornado or a hurricane. Like, you can be in that situation. But because you're sovereign within yourself, then, and you're at a particular frequency, then nothing can actually stop you from doing anything in your life. It's like literally impossible. But we need to look at ourselves as frequency human beings and work holistically. Look at our body, look at our mind, look at our spirit, look at everything. And then that is going to actually give you access to that higher consciousness. And if you want to ascend, that's great. Ascending really just means that you're more aware and you know what's actually going on and what you're thinking. That's all it is. You're not going to be going to another planet when you ascend. All it is the awareness of what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and being aware that we're actually frequency beings. And this is not fluffy, airy fairy. This is actually really good research stuff. And when you have books with, Dr. Bruce Lipton and listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza and Dr. Caroline Leaf, who else there? Greg Braden. Like, there's all these people now that are doing, Heart and Math Institute. They have an actual like electro computer that you put on your brain and on your heart, and you go into a meditation, and then what happens is you'll see that the heart and the mind will be different frequencies, right? So it's like an ECG machine. It'll be different frequencies. But then once people get into a particular meditative state, and all that means is that you don't have the chitter chatter in your mind, then what happens is you get this coherence, and then you see these waves going up and down exactly the same direction. They're dipping and they're flowing. And so you've got this heart-brain cohesion. And this is what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about all the time. So today I just wanted to come on and just talk about vibration and frequency. And I just want to tell you that you're not alone. And if you feel like you're self-sabotaging, you feel like you're not getting ahead, and you just need a little bit of help, then as I said, I'm giving 5 people a reading, which means that you just need to text me and tell me that you're interested. You just listen to me and you're really interested. And then what I'll do is I'll just send you what I need you to send me, and then you can send it. I'll email you the information. You'll have your own music frequency to actually listen to. There's usually, I think, I send about 4 or 5, and they're all like 2 minutes each, and you can add them up on your phone, on your voice message or something, and then you can just listen to it a couple of times a day. And if anything, it's just going to give you more brain, heart togetherness, and it will, if anything, it'll increase your frequency. And if you want to know more of my work, then you can just download the ebook, and I've got like strategies on being more aware of, how you're feeling every day, just being aware of that. And that's your number 1 step, is just being aware of it. And then number 2, I've got the recode in detail of how to do that yourself. Or you can go into the guide section just above here on the Facebook, and then you can just have a listen to the actual recode and just be vulnerable with it, and just do it, and just connect to the super conscious field. So it's all there for you. It's all there for you. So I'm just going to send lots of love and lots of blessings, and let's increase everyone's frequency. And if we increase everyone's frequency, we are going to have we already have a pretty awesome world, but imagine if we had a huge collective of people that were really into all of this stuff that I talk about and that you talk about, and how we can just increase everyone's frequency for nothing else, just because we want to. There's no reason for it. We just want to increase the consciousness on planet Earth because it's really going to benefit just absolutely everybody. But first of all, you've got to start with yourself and know where your body's at, where your mind is at, and where your spirit itself is at. And then once you know that, over a period of time, your frequency is going to increase and increase and increase. And you'll be just on that beautiful path of least resistance. And you'll have so much more power being called in because you're just in control of everything that you're doing. And there's limited self-sabotaging, and you'll be able to live that full potential that you were actually set forth on planet Earth to actually do. This is part of your journey. So lots of blessings, lots of love to you. And message me privately or pop a little message in the comments if you'd like to be the 5 people that I check all your frequencies, your meridians, your health, everything. And of course, it's all confidential. I'm not going to be doing anything with these reports or anything. It just goes directly into your inbox, and just see how you feel with it. See if you can increase your frequency just to feel better. That's it. All right, so I'm off, and have a great day. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.